What's good, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day. I hope all you had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. I hope you turned up, had a good time. Um, so let's jump right into this video. This was actually a pretty fairly good episode. Actually, I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't think it was too boring. Like for me, I kind of enjoyed it. Um, to an extent. When the hell did Andre Maddox become a private investigator? I thought he was a therapist. How the hell does a therapist get information on Valentine and jewel thieves, and how the fuck did he uncover all that info? Since when is that information available to a therapist? Um, Anna basically is trying to piece together how Spencer Cassadine ended up with that diamond or whatever. So she think Valentine has something to do with it, but she has no proof. I don't understand why Anna didn't just pick up a phone and call Laura and ask her to ask Spencer about that diamond. That would have been a simple thing to do because he obviously would hold the answers as to where that diamond came from. How did he get it in his possession? That's the first question you would ask. So why not go to Spencer directly? You know what I mean? It just makes sense to do it. She could have flew out there. I think they're in Paris or London or whatever. She could have flew out there, talked to Spencer or called, to figure out where the diamond came from. So they figure out that a woman named Cassandra or whatever, she pulled off some type of high-end jewel thief, jewel heist. And I guess she used to work with Valentine or whatever. So apparently the same woman is in Morocco, aka the same place that Valentine and the rest of the crew are at. So, coincidence? And all of a sudden, he pops up with the necklace. So, my guess is Cassandra took that necklace. Valentine knew that was the necklace that Nina had for her photo shoot. So, he went to Cassandra to get the necklace back. My guess is he got hurt in the struggle and he probably killed the bitch. So, Cassandra's probably dead. Because I know Anna's on her way to Morocco now to ask questions. What I don't understand is who in Morocco is going to talk to Anna about Valentine. Even if people in Morocco know him, they're not going to tell her anything about him at the risk of either getting killed or whatever the case may be. People ain't that simple to snitch. Um, she has no leverage anyway, so how you going to get somebody to tell you anything about Valentine? You know? But Valentine turned up the necklace or whatever. Mike, like I said, I think he got it from Cassandra, an old acquaintance of his. And basically, the cop didn't want to close the case because he was skeptical as how Valentine got that necklace in the first place. Because they checked everybody's bags, they checked everything. So how he get the necklace? And he started talking to the cop in some different language or whatever. And I think he threatened the cop. I definitely think he did because that cop dropped that case real quick after Valentine stopped talking. So I think he definitely threatened him in another language because Nina and everybody else don't speak that language, so they don't understand what the fuck he was saying. So obviously he threatened that cop. Um, so he was trying to figure out if Nina would be okay, still wanting to be with him even though he has a past life that is, pretty, not on the up and up. But of course Nina gonna stay because where else is she gonna go? Was it me or was that little kiss on the cheek from Nell to Dylan a little bit inappropriate? It kind of looked like it was a little inappropriate. Like she meant it as a friendship thing, but it looked a little inappropriate to me. I could be wrong, but anyway, I didn't really care for Nell and Dylan scenes today. Not really. Um, I love the Kiki and Ava scenes though. Them spending time together. Ava getting back out there enjoying the world again, despite what she looked like. And I like that. She's trying to move on with her life. She's not letting this situation get the better of her and she's not going to hide out in her penthouse forever, even though she could. But, I'm glad she's not. And I'm happy that Kiki is mega excited about becoming a doctor one day. Like, I'm excited for her because I think it's the right direction for Kiki. Because for the past few years, Kiki seemed like she had no direction. She didn't know what she wanted to do career wise. And I think a lot of people have that problem at that age. You know, I have that problem. You know, people just don't know what they want to do career wise. You know, it's a lot to think about. But I'm glad that she's passionate about it and she's having fun with it. She's learning things. You know, she's taking it seriously. She's studying. Dr. Bench is definitely impressed with her. Um, and I'm impressed. You know, she definitely handled the situation with a patient correctly. She diagnosed it correctly, you know, and they figured out what the issue was. I think Kiki would make a definite, you know, definitely a good doctor working at GH one day. I think she definitely would. And I like what they're doing with her. You know, they're elevating her and I like it. Um, it sucks what happened to Dr. Monroe's patient. You know, that little girl, she passed away. And I know it sucked because, you know, as a doctor, you know, doctors, you know, they want to save every patient, but you can't. You know, things like this happen. You can't save every single patient you have. All you can do is your best and you can try. But it, you know, it hurts, you know, especially a little girl, you know, passing away like that. You know what I mean? But at least she went peacefully. She didn't suffer, which is good, but it sucks. You know, I feel bad for her parents. Um, Griffin took it hard, man, you know, because he took it really hard because he cared for, you know, his patients. All of his patients he cares for. And he wishes he could save all of them, but he just couldn't. And I like the fact that Ava tried to be there for him, but at that moment he just needed to be alone, burn off some steam. That's when he went to the gym and stuff like that. Ava, you know, she followed him because she felt like she needed to be there for him because he was there for her in her darkest hour. So it was time for her to return the favor to him. And I like that. I love the chemistry between Ava and Dr. Monroe. I like it. I think the chemistry between them is definitely on point. Um, and I think they could be a dope couple together, despite their age difference. I think, you know, it's not like she's 30 years older than him or anything. She's a few years older than him, which is not too bad, you know what I mean? But I like them together. I think they would make a cool couple because they're both so different. You know what I mean? But Ava allows herself to be vulnerable with him, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't do that with everybody. But with him, she does. You know, she's not this tough person all the time with him. You know, she breaks down that wall with Griffin, and I think that's pretty cool. So I definitely want to see where the writers are going to take this. You know, their relationship. Um, so anyway, yeah, like I was saying, when the hell? I mean, all of a sudden, Griffin. I mean, not Griffin. Andre Maddox. I'm just not over the fact that he's a PI all of a sudden. Like, when? How do a therapist get that type of information? Like, what kind of clout do he have? How the hell he get that info on Valentine and jewelry heists? Like, how? What did he Google it or something? Like a newspaper clipping? Like, how the hell did he get that? A therapist of all people. Um. So anyway, it sucks that Finn, you know, is going through what he's going through. But I'm happy in a way because, like I've been saying for weeks now, I was kind of pissed that they didn't even let Hayden send him a Dear John letter. And we finally got the Dear John letter. She finally left it at a hotel because she knew Hayden knew that Curtis was following her, trying to track her. So she told Curtis to meet her at a hotel. And when he got there, of course, she wasn't there. The only thing that was there was that letter to Finn in her suitcase. So he gave the letter to Finn, and Finn read it. And Hayden basically said her goodbyes and said that he deserved better, to forget Hayden Barnes ever existed, to move on. And I couldn't help but just feel bad for Finn. Like when he just read that letter and he broke down on that couch and started crying, I felt bad for him because it's fucked up. Because not only did she walk away from him and he's probably never gonna see her again, but he's never gonna even get to meet his child. He's never gonna see his child. Like I think that's fucked up. Um, I just think that's like emotional as hell. Like that's some fucked up shit. How the hell does one move on from that? He's always gonna wonder where she is, where his child is. Was the baby a boy? Was the baby a girl? What's the baby name? He's never gonna, you know, he's basically gonna miss out on that child's life. You know what I mean? Like I would cry too. You know, I mean, if it was just Hayden herself, I'm pretty sure he could quickly get over that with a little time. But this is a baby involved. It's gonna take way more time. Like he's never gonna get over that. That's his child. You know. I just think it's a messy situation all around. Um, but apparently Hayden is starting over as a woman named Madison Ford. She's trying to reinvent herself. This shit was just crazy. Like this was totally crazy. It was a crazy episode. I actually enjoyed it though. It wasn't too bad. It was decent. It wasn't great, but it was decent. You know what I mean? We ain't have to deal with the regular people that hog up the TV screen every 5 minutes. They shall remain nameless. But anyway, I hope all you have a great day. Hit that like button, hit that comment button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all later. Have a great day.